McAllen, TX, June 12. Central American asylum seekers, including a Honduran girl, too, and her mother, were taken into custody near the U.S.-Mexico border on June 12, 2018 in McAllen, Texas. The group of women and children had rafted across the Rio Grande from Mexico and were detained by U.S. Border Patrol agents before being sent to a processing center for possible separation. Customs and Border Protection, CBP, is executing the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy towards undocumented immigrants. U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions also said that domestic and gang violence in immigrants' country of origin would no longer qualify them for political asylum status. Photo by John Moore, Getty Images. Amid national uproar over the Trump administration's separation of immigrant children from their parents, fueled by images and audio of distraught, crying youngsters, activists and elected officials are pushing Gov. Jerry Brown to yank California's National Guard troops from the U.S.-Mexico border. At least 9 other governors around the country have canceled National Guard deployments to the border in response to the controversy in recent days, including the Republican governors of New Hampshire, Maryland and Massachusetts. But Brown hasn't made any move to follow suit. The state has about 400 National Guard members deployed on a mission supporting border security while not actually enforcing immigration law, in response to a request from the Trump administration earlier this year. Former state Senate President Kevin De Leon urged Brown to cancel that deployment in a letter Tuesday. This is a shameful chapter in American history and California should have no part in it, directly or indirectly, imposing irreparable trauma on thousands of vulnerable young children, wrote De Leon, a candidate for U.S. Senate. California pulling out of the National Guard mission would have a bigger impact than the other governors' actions. Most of the state executives who've spoken out so far were taking essentially symbolic action, as their states only have a handful of troops at the border or none at all. Under the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy, more than 2,000 immigrant kids have been separated from their parents since early May. While adults are detained while crossing the border illegally and charged with illegal entry, their children are housed by the Federal Department of Human Services. Brown towed a narrow line when he agreed to deploy the troops, spelling out a mission that involved combating transnational gangs and cross-border trafficking while explicitly preventing service members from enforcing immigration law. Spokesman Evan Wester pointed to the governor's letter in April declaring that the Golden State troops would not round up women and children or detain people escaping violence and seeking a better life. But having California troops at the border in any role goes too far, argued Pedro Rios, an immigration activist in San Diego. Even when the National Guard are supporting Border Patrol with duties that don't involve immigration enforcement, that allows for more Border Patrol agents to be out in the field. Rios said, urging Brown to cancel the deployment. Other California leaders have been far more outspoken on the issue than Brown. Sen. Kamala Harris on Monday called on Secretary of Homeland Security Kirstjen Nielsen to resign, while Sen. Dianne Feinstein has championed a bill banning the separation of families at the border. Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom, the frontrunner to replace Brown in the 2018 election, has said he would not have agreed to send any California Guard troops to the border. Newsom spokesman Nathan Click said Tuesday that the lieutenant governor hopes the governor reconsiders the deployment in light of the family separations. Newsom's rival for the governor's mansion, San Diego County businessman John Cox, has said he opposes the policy of separating families, but avoided blaming the Trump administration for it, instead calling on Congress to pass a law ending the practice. Trump has falsely accused Democrats in Congress of being behind the policy, even though his administration put it in place and could decide to curtail the practice. AD Quality Auto 360p 720p 1080p. You might also like air conditioning now finally affordable thanks to newthingstoday.com. Why you should apply for the HSBC Advance Credit Card. HSBC Bank. You can earn tons of rewards points with this credit. HSBC Bank. What you need to know about baby's formula. Abbott family understanding financial jargon. IG Singapore 1 o'clock. Shape a happier tomorrow with Toshiba Solutions. Toshiba APAC. Prince Harry could be in trouble over saying give. MercuryNews.com. Miss Manners. Would graduates be offended by this gift? MercuryNews.com. Preoccupied with death. XX Tentacion warned Tekashi. MercuryNews.com. Recommended by